Your turn, Yugi boy.
What is up, guys? This is Olympio coming at your discussion today about something that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and it might be one that might cause some interesting discussion. Now, the whole discussional topic of this is Yu-Gi-Oh! And moving completely to an online platform. So what do I mean by that? For example, if Konami decided to say, hey, we're going to offer you a platform like Dueling Network where it's completely up to date, it's all online, you can play to your heart's content, but there is a subscription fee, would you choose that over playing in real life? Now, there's a couple of different layers to the discussion, so we'll start at the very top with real life versus online. What would you rather do given the choice? Now, obviously there are benefits to both. Going with real life, you get to go out and meet people, you get to get your vitamin D by going in the sun. There's a little joke with this. You get to just generally enjoy the atmosphere that the locals might have, and you get to make more friends much easier. I definitely do make a lot more friends when I go to locals and tournaments and different things like that. Also means that you have a good chance to travel the world if you do want to attend different events in different countries or even just different parts of where you live. But then obviously the downsides of that is there are certain costs to playing the game, and they can spiral out of control, especially if you do want to go to these big events. You have to pay for the travel, so on and so forth. Then if we look at the online aspect, if you do have to pay a fee, it's probably not going to be anywhere near the cost that it would be building an actual full deck, main deck, side deck, and extra, as well as any other accessories that you might have. If the card pool is kept up to date, then it's pretty decent. The upsides, as I said, less cost, more relaxing maybe if you don't want to go outside, probably much easier if you do want to test different decks and have a bit of fun with something like that. But the downsides are the fact that you're probably not going to be interacting with as many people. You're probably not going to be going to many events because you don't actually have the cards to play with. And it might be something that you might actually lose interest in because there's only so much you can really have fun with online before it might get a little bit tedious, especially if you're not enjoying the format that is actually going on. So then the other layer of it is mainly due to the online aspect. If there was an online platform, as I said, like Dueling Network, but Konami put their own spin on it, made it their own. If they kept it up to date, if they did everything like that, they had maybe cool little special effects, just made it as core to the game and the anime and the manga as possible, would you actually want to play on it? Now, if they feasibly did something like that, it's a very, very, very high chance that you will have to pay some form of money towards it. Now, that money might just be a subscription base where you have to pay monthly to access maybe the servers that come with all the cards. Maybe it's just a one-time off thing like a 40, 50 pounds like you would buy a normal game. You just have it, much like how they have the PSN and Xbox Live games. The downsides to stuff like that is, depending on how quick they are to update the databases, you might be stuck not with the new cards that have been released. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm not saying Konami are going to completely shift to an online basis because honestly, there's not as much money in that anywhere near what they have now with the physical cards that are printed. But if the option was given to you, what would you rather do? Would you rather play online or would you rather play in real life? And it kind of stems off with the discussional point from that is what would you like to actually see Konami do with their online platforms? Now, we know we have a 3DS game that is going to be released in the near future over here and over in America, and we also know that there is going to be some form of online platform that's going to be released, the PC game by the looks of it. Maybe that might be an online platform that they might do. One of the biggest bugbears that I have and the biggest annoyances is the fact that they don't keep their card databases up to date. The last DS game we had, the 3DS game, was the Dual Carnival that they had, and when it was released, it was already out of date. It didn't actually have the Dragons of Legend set or any cards on there at all, and it wasn't even downloadable. So that meant that we missed out on the Curry Bandits, we missed out on the Soul Chargers, and so many more that came from that set that was actually meta back then. Sylvans used the Soul Chargers. Light Sworns was a very big thing back then with the Curry Bandits and just so much more. The top decks on that game were just non-existent. Now you might say, well, the whole point of the game is not to be competitive. Well, no, it's not meant to be competitive, but it's a good tool to test your competitive game. And also, while you might enjoy the storyline, the reason why a lot of people will buy it is because they do want an automated online platform, much like other ones that are out there now, that are free to download on your PC or Mac, or even Linux. It's just easier to duel like that, especially with people like myself. I can't go to locals all the time because I'm often too busy, and also in the UK there aren't that many multiple events going on throughout the week. There's normally just a locals one time in the week, either a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, and especially in London, a lot of them are very far to travel to. I only really go to Brotherhood because it's local to me and it's also the best locals in London, if not the UK. No bias there at all. But there's a couple of different discussions that you can stem off onto there because it's quite a big scope, if I'm completely honest. And it's an interesting one for you guys to talk about down in the comment section below. First question is, would you rather play in real life or would you rather play online? If there was an online platform from Konami officially, would you play on it? And what would be the key requirements for that to take place for you to maybe subscribe or buy the game? Personally, I prefer playing in real life. I can't really beat the interaction with people. I can't really beat going to locals and just seeing all my friends and meeting new friends, and especially going to events and meeting subscribers like yourself. It's just so much fun, and that's the reward that I get out of this game. If there was an online platform where they kept the card pool up to date, they had everything automated and up to date, even if it wasn't up to date like Dueling Network, it wouldn't be too bad, but I would really like to see an automated system that did follow the proper mechanics of this game. If it was a subscription base, I'd be game. If it was just a one-off payment, I'd still be game, under the assumption that they would keep the card pool up to date with a reasonable amount of time when a new set or anything like that comes out. So as I said, let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to give me a like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this and ritual decks that will be coming up very soon. And I shall catch you guys later.